Hello everyone, and welcome to The Parted Vale. I'm Ryan Lang, also known as the Mind Player, and I'm joined by my good friends.
Hi, I'm Cassie Lang. I'll be playing Penelope Waters, the human Aqueum architect.
And I'm Tim. I play Draven, our phantom rogue. He's a dwarf.
Mm-hmm. I'm Cameron. I play Amarwa Glendal. She is a half-elf bard.
Yes. So before we get going, we want to say a few announcements. First is, if you like what we do, please subscribe and like the video, comment. It really helps that algorithm know that you're enjoying, and it also gets our work out to other people.
Yeah, tell your friends.
Yes, please. Also?
The miniatures that we'll be using in this episode are printed with Banana for Scale 3D printing services. You can use our code MINDPLAYED20 for 20% off your first order until the end of 2025.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And we'd like to say a big thank you to our Patreon supporters. We recently got our first one. Yay! Very excited about that, so thank you. If you are interested in checking out our Patreon, details are in the description. If you want to show us a little extra support because you like what we do, we'd love to see you on there. Gives you access to our Discord channel. You can talk with all of us one-on-one, get insider information, so it'd be cool to see you on there. Check it out. Yeah.
And if you like the music that you hear through this, just know it is by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio, which you can purchase on Bandcamp or you can listen to on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah.
And with that, let's continue our Parted Vale adventure.
All right.
Okay. So, just quickly, you woke up last time in Janessa's house after she had kind of harbored you for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And in the morning, you stumbled upon her frozen solid in her bed. So we will start from there.
Poor Janessa.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Draven?
I don't know. I didn't know this was a thing. I'm at a loss. I can't believe it's this bad here. And I don't know if her being frozen is on account of us or... It's dangerous. I don't think we should be here for long.
No, but do we have enough information yet, or?
Probably not.
How about all of you give me a perception check?
Oh no.
Oh boy, okay.
Lovely.
Whoa, nice. Hey, mine was pretty good too. Not a
Wait,
20.
Mine is 20.
20?
Not nat
21
Nat,
total.
I got a nat 20 plus 2, so 22.
22 and what?
21 for
Oh my
me.
gosh. Okay,
22,
so
21, 20.
all of you,
Yeah.
all of you in Janessa's room.
We on our
looking over.
toes right now.
We're terrified. We're like
High alert.
senses.
So you're in her room. You're looking at her. You're like, what the crap? And suddenly you hear a shaking at the front door.
Oh my gosh.
What do you do?
How far away is the front door?
It's
we're in
just
her
further
room.
on down the house. Yeah, it's not too far. It's not a huge house.
Hide.
Give me a stealth check.
We need to hide.
Hide or like leave? Like
I am
There's a
notoriously
bang.
bad
Okay,
at
we
hiding.
hide.
Let's
Let's try it.
21.
Okay, not bad.
I rolled a 2, but that's still a 12.
A 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if
You're still?
Yeah, I got a plus 10.
Phantom Rogue, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay. So you all scatter. Tell me where you hide.
Okay, we're in her room.
Yeah, you're in her room.
I go under the bed.
Wardrobe.
Under the bed, wardrobe.
I was gonna say closet, but if there's a wardrobe, is there a closet too?
Yeah, probably. Okay. All right. So there's a few more aggressive bangs at the door, and you hear the door blow off of its blow open, right? And suddenly, two gruff voices come into the house. Two very dwarvish voices, and you hear one of them say, as they walk into the room, like, "Oh yeah, she's here, just as they said she'd be." And to which one with a bit of a softer voice says, "So how did this happen?" He's like, "Well, she was speaking out against Frogast. She was cursed by one of the clerics. Now they sent us here to clean her up." "Well, where's she going?" "Well, obviously to Vortar, like all the rest of them. I think there's a conversion hall meeting today, and there will probably be some more that go with her."
I'm holding my breath so hard right now.
Okay. Holding your breath. As you hear them begin to like pick her up and get her out of the bed, right? Mm-hmm. And as they're doing so, they begin to talk about how everything is in motion right now. Like everything's kind of chaotic. They talk about how the timeline has been moved up due to some fancy detectives throwing that crime lord in Metacloud. Now, apparently, Ander is saying that the attack needs to happen sooner. Okay. And with that, they tromp out of the house.
Can I get a view of them from my hiding place under the bed?
From your hiding place, so you'd be able to see their boots.
Yeah.
Right? They look like typical dwarven men. Like, there's nothing particularly special about these two.
Okay. Just a couple generic dwarf dudes.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry, did they say that the body was probably going to Vortar or Frogast? Which
Vortar.
Vortar. Okay, sorry.
Wait,
I
they
just didn't-
spoke out against Frogast or Vortar?
Yeah, she spoke out against
spoke out
Frogast.
Frogast. I wrote Vortar. Okay, wait.
Maybe I said the wrong thing. She spoke out against
No, I
Frogast.
just was behind as I was writing.
And a cleric cursed her.
Yes.
And now
Okay.
they're taking her to... They said there's a conversion hall meeting today. She'll go with... There's probably going to be more, and she'll go with the rest of them.
Okay. They're out now? They're gone?
Yes, they leave the house. The door wide open.
They leave the door open?
Yep.
Well, they broke the door down.
Yeah.
How would they close it again?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's alright, we're in the bedroom right now.
Yeah. You're all like...
Yeah.
So,
Slowly come out of the hiding spot.
Yeah.
okay.
I feel slightly better knowing that it wasn't us that caused her being frozen.
Yeah.
Just slightly better.
Just a little bit.
It's still awful, but... Yeah. Well, it means that I was worried someone knew we were here.
Yeah.
So... They don't know yet.
Hopefully, yeah.
Okay.
That bit about moving the attack
Up. Because of us.
That one is
That-
because of us.
that doesn't sound good. I think we need to learn more about that if we can.
Mm-hmm.
To see if we can discover when that timeline is and maybe more about what this attack is so we can tell somebody about it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think we try getting into this conversion hall? I said there was a meeting today.
Oh, I mean, we might get good information there. We might also, I don't know, die. I'm so scared.
So your plan is to move out into the city.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Well, yeah. I mean, we need to kind of sneak
If-
out of this house, I guess.
Yeah, if we all saw she had like a mark on her hand, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
just about to
Yeah.
ask
So-
about that.
so
What that
just-
was again.
If you recall, you did go into the city. You were walking around.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And she talked about she had like it looked like a snowflake on her hand.
Right.
Right.
She said it just kind of appeared as she paid her respects and stuff. Played the part of being a believer.
Yes.
So does anyone have
I don't want to get marked.
implements so we could like fake those?
I was just
Like,
looking at
draw
my
'em with-
spells.
Draw it with makeup or
You have a disguise kit, don't you?
I have one left, I think. Did I actually use the second one? Yeah.
No.
Costumes
Not
is what you're thinking
costume.
about.
Do you have a disguise?
Disguise
Oh,
kit.
disguise kit. Do I? Inventory. No,
No? Okay.
No.
All right.
just a costume.
What do I have in my inventory?
Would buying a disguise kit here be really
Hi, do you have any disguise kits? Specifically something that would let us draw a snowflake on it?
I would like a blue and white marker, like makeup pencil.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Darn it.
Okay. Does she have any makeup in her house? Could we find...
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
I'm gonna help look for that. Oh,
Yeah.
not very well though.
11. No,
Okay.
12. No, 10. I know how to math.
Oh, okay. You got a 10?
I
and you
got an
a,
8.
An 8, okay. Well, a 10 is the DC. Yeah, you
Okay.
find in
Yes.
her bathroom she does have makeup kits.
Oh, perfect. Let's take that. I'm taking that.
Okay.
So I will add that.
Who's artistically skilled? That
I
would want to,
am.
yeah.
Yeah. That would
Because
be...
I would feel more secure walking around town if we each had a mark, in case that's
Yeah.
a thing. Yeah,
Mhm.
to show devotion.
Did
Okay.
her mark glow or anything?
I don't think so. Yeah.
It was just there.
It was
Yeah.
just there.
How do
Yeah.
we make sure it's on our hand? How do we make sure it doesn't?
We just be careful.
Yep, don't grab things.
Yeah.
As you grab a door handle and it leaves a mark on it.
Yep.
Does she have like setting powder or just like really powder up
I'm sure
there?
she's got various things. But okay, so you guys put some marks on your hands.
Yes.
Okay.
Specifically like the hand. Which hand? Did
It would have been
Whatever
her
she
left
saw.
hand.
her left
Left
hand. So we
hand.
do it on our left hand too.
Mhm.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Make little snowflakes.
And you go out into the city. What do you do?
We should probably try to find out where the conversion hall is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can
without-
we maybe just like walk around listening for anybody mentioning conversion hall meeting?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're just going to eavesdrop on everybody's conversations. I don't want to ask the wrong questions. and
Like
get
going
killed.
to the meeting today or something like that.
All right. Give me perception checks, all of you. And that I feel like that's all I ever say is perception check.
Oh,
18.
18,
8.
8,
11.
and 11. Okay. All right. So you begin to wander around Golden Hill. Okay. And one of the first things you notice is it seems like Tim, because you would have seen Golden Hill in the past, it has changed, but it isn't a drastic change in the sense of like there isn't people aren't hunkered down and hiding in their houses or anything like that, right? It just seems to be very busy. There's a lot of industry going on, and there seems to be this conquest-like aggression towards the industry, right? Everyone is building or creating things. There are stores that are selling armor that never used to do that before.
Okay.
There's creative factories where they seem to be manufacturing things for war, when before that was just a town hall, right? Things have changed. The focus of the town has shifted. And after about an hour of wandering around, Cameron, Mara, you catch this battle carriage rolling through the city. It's drawing a large cage behind it, and in the cage are individuals who you recognize as those who you were on the ship with on your trip towards Krymm.
Oh.
Okay. What state are they in?
They seem varying states. Like there was obviously a fight. Some of them are okay. Others look a little worse for wear.
Okay.
But they're just sitting in this cage being drugged through.
Like conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Another thing to note is it's very cold here, right? Like there's a dusting of snow on the ground at all times. But almost everyone seems to be not affected by it as much as they should be. Like as if they don't feel the cold the same.
Yeah, I think Janessa said something about that.
Do they notice that, or do I? I point out the carriage.
Okay, so you pointed
And
out to them.
I
I
would
guess
like to
the
stay
cold
out
too.
of sight of the carriage. I don't want them to
Being
recognize
like,
us.
hey!
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
I had that thought too. I'm glad you did. So you stay out of sight, but then what do you do as it rumbles along?
Sorry, where are we in relation to this?
So you would see. So you see it coming down the street.
Uh-huh.
I would suppose you hide around a corner or something,
Yeah.
and it continues to be drawn down the street.
Gotcha.
Do you think we should follow where that's going?
I was just gonna say that.
Maybe they're going to take
Do you
them
think
to
they're
this
going to the conversion camp?
hall.
They
Okay.
might be. I mean, good. As long as we keep a safe distance, I do not want to be
We'll keep it casual.
seen by people who know that we are not supposed to be here.
I forget.
Mhm.
Are we as a human, a half elf? The dwarf will fit in.
Yeah.
But human and half elf, are we like? Do we stand out, or there's lots
So
of?
in Golden
yeah.
Hill,
Janessa wasn't a dwarf.
No,
Yeah.
she was a gnome.
she was a gnome.
No. Okay.
Now, in Golden Hill, there is actually quite a variety of individuals.
Okay, so we don't stand out.
You
in
don't
that
stand out a
regard.
ton.
We're right on like the border of Krymm.
Right.
Mhm.
Okay.
So, less likely that you would obviously, there are more dwarves here than anywhere else you've been, but it's quite common to see other individuals as well. So, okay. So you're following the
Yeah,
carriage?
casual follow at
Yeah.
a distance.
Okay.
Just try to keep it in sight.
As you follow it, eventually you come to this building. It looks like it used to be some sort of town hall or something. And the carriage is pulled up beside it, and they start to unload these prisoners into it. And you can see there are 2 or 3 other empty carriages there already. And there are some individuals filtering into the hall as this happens.
Okay.
Like people looking like they're going to a gathering.
Yeah, essentially, yes.
Are they
Okay.
dressed any particular way?
Well, they have hoods. No, I'm just kidding. No,
This is a cult.
They look like just normal individuals.
Okay.
This might be our ticket.
We should at least check it out, yeah.
All right.
Do they look like they're going happily, or do they look like they're?
There's a bit of a solemnness to it. There's an array of emotions. Some look
Okay.
very concerned. Some look like they're just there because they have to be, and some look excited.
I can do solemn.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Kind of your thing.
I think we better go in.
In?
Yeah?
Yeah.
We're
If
blended
gonna
in.
learn-
We got these marks. We're just part of
Okay.
the crowd now.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
we should go in, but I want to stay in like the most crowded areas
Okay.
Near an exit.
near an exit.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I don't want to get stuck in some.
You ready to join a cult?
No. No, I'm not.
you don't want to get caught in the lineup and then end up.
I don't want to go in.
Well,
I will
Suddenly
if
we've
Dragon
been
goes.
baptized.
I think we should go in. Yeah.
okay. So
Hopefully they think we're converted already.
so
our
you
best.
two head in.
I would like to kind of do the majority of the people here have snowflakes on their hand already?
Also
If you're
thinking
looking
that.
around, you do see quite a few.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
Okay.
Be like, "Oh." We don't. Yeah.
You do see quite a few.
Okay,
At
good.
least of those who have been filtering into the building.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What does that mean?
so
The prisoners probably don't.
Oh, okay.
so you go in.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you enter
Yes.
in, it's a large open, almost like a gymnasium, right? It's a large open hall. And there's lots of people who are there. Everyone's just kind of standing, right? There's not really any seating. And down at the end of the hall is, you would call it almost a stage, but it's only raised maybe by 2 feet off the ground. right?
Okay. It's
And
like a
there's
platform.
yeah, it's a platform at the end. It's quite large actually and fairly deep.
Okay.
And on it you see all of the prisoners lined up. They're all lined up in rows.
Okay.
And there's more there than just the ones you saw in from your ship. There's obviously other individuals as well.
Okay.
And everyone kind of hushes and gets quiet, right? And that's when something rather strange begins to happen.
Okay.
It starts almost like a shimmer at the far back end of the stage, but then suddenly it turns into a whirlwind of ice and snow, almost like a fat, squat tornado of snow and ice. And it's swirling around at the top, or at the far end of the stage. And in the center of this tornado, two large, vibrantly glowing blue eyes.
Do I recognize them?
No.
Oh.
Nope. They look as if they're made entirely of light. So it doesn't look like an eyeball, but think of like just like a shape of light showing up in it. And this booming voice comes out, and it says to all of them, it says, "You are now in the grasp of Frogast. I hold the power here, and soon will hold the power over this entire world. You have a choice to make. You can join me, where you will receive a glorious revelation, and you will join me in a new world. Or you can be left behind and cast by the wayside. Choose wisely. You get only one chance." All of you make a perception check.
Oi, oi, oi. Ooh,
Just a second.
23.
23?
6.
6? Okay, you are totally absorbed in what's happening.
Yep.
23 as well.
23? Okay. Now, give me an Arcana check, the two of you.
Oh. The first time that my bonus will ever be helpful.
Oh, are you proficient in Arcana?
Because I talked to a ghost about it.
Oh, that's right.
23 as well.
Not bad.
Oh.
22.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all
okay,
are
great.
amazing.
So as Penn is just like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on?" The two of you begin to look around. And you see, standing at the sides of each of the platform are some cleric-looking figures, right? Religious leader-looking figures. And you see that one of them, the two of you, see one of them is making motions with his hands, just ever so discreetly. And you recognize these motions as the casting of an illusory spell. A spell of illusion.
Of course I noticed this.
Yes.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain.
Honestly.
Okay. So as this happens, suddenly everything ends, right? And one of the clerics comes up and says, "Those of you who are willing to join, step forward, and you will be, you will find freedom." And the majority, not any of you. This is just for those on the stage.
Oh,
he's
okay.
addressing the
For the
people on
prisoners
stage.
and
Yes.
such. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
You're like, "Oh
no, we have to join this religion now.
So, the vast majority of individuals, upon seeing what they just saw, step forward. But there's about 6 or 7 who don't.
Oh no.
Okay? And what happens is those 6 or 7 are taken away, and they're taken out of the building. And then the other ones, this cleric addresses them and talks to them and starts saying that you are now followers of Frogast. you give him your everything, and you will help in his conquest. And he starts to arrange with them about what they need to do, how they need to act, and talks about how they're going to make plans to take them home while also accompanied by one of the clerics.
So they're planting, like, followers outside of... They're not keeping them here. They're taking them...
You've heard what you've heard. And with that, the meeting comes to a close almost as soon as it began. And people begin to disperse.
Okay. In dispersing, I think we should go in the general direction of where the prisoners were taken and see if we can catch up with them and find them.
The ones that...
The ones that didn't
join.
convert.
Okay.
Any...
Is it worth me in the chaos trying to, like, recreate Frogast?
Oh my gosh. Probably not.
Oh, wait.
Can you cast Major Illusion?
Probably not major.
Probably only minor.
Shoot, minor illusion. I
Yeah.
could just do his voice. I almost
Yeah.
learned major illusion in the level up, and I didn't. I could just do his voice.
Mm,
Never mind. Okay, let's follow them.
As we're leaving the meeting, do we hear anybody talking about the attack moving up? Like any of the officials there or anything?
give me a perception check.
4, 7.
It's getting worse
6.
every time.
Nope.
This dice is fired.
I used up all the good rolls.
Gosh dang
Are
it.
we able to see any trace of the prisoners that were taken away?
So you can exit
Yeah.
the building more on that side.
Yeah.
And you can see what you would see is they are loading them up back into one of these prison carts. And in that cart is also the body of Janessa.
Hmm.
And that cart begins to head out of Golden Hill, headed southeast.
How many
I need the map.
employees
That
or
is,
like non-prisoners? Is it
kind
just
of
one driver?
towards-
Is there multiple?
There's two drivers.
I have it
Two
downloaded.
drivers. Do they
Two
look
dwarves.
high up, or do they look like they're just working?
Yeah, that's towards Rackham.
So these drivers are dressed like men of war. So they have armor, and at their side they do have two weapons that look to be made of ice.
Mhm.
What were you saying?
I was just looking at the map. I just wanted to see which direction, like what was in the direction that they're going. It looks like they're headed towards Rackham.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, that is the direction they're headed. Yes. Rackham, Rackham. Yes.
I want to
The
rescue them.
capital
Rackham.
of the
Yeah.
dwarven nation.
Okay, let's follow them until we get to a point far enough out where there's not any witnesses on the road.
Mhm.
Well, they're going to
Yes.
be going faster than us, though, aren't they?
Long strider.
They are on a carriage.
And we're walking.
How fast does a carriage move?
Giving us long strider.
It move. Well, I don't know. A horse-drawn carriage just going at a standard pace. It's
Yeah.
definitely
They're not,
faster
like-
than jogging. Well, it's probably close to
Probably
jogging.
close to
speed.
jogging
Yeah.
speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is how fast can I move?
Your
Long
movement,
strider gives you an extra 10 feet of
10 feet.
movement, I believe.
So your normal movement is 30 feet.
Oh, 30 feet. Okay. And your normal movement is,
40.
and yours is
30.
You are so fast. You are like a speedy little dwarf.
I know. That's because I took the speedy feet.
Oh. Okay.
So would long strider be worth it? I have one that I can just use. Like I don't have to cast a
without
spell
casting
slot.
spell slot.
And then I can also cast a spell slot.
And it's not concentration, is it?
Nope.
Yeah.
And it
so
works
you
for
can
an
do it
hour.
multiple
And it
times.
lasts for an entire hour.
So if you cast it on the two of us, then we're all the same speed, and I think we could keep up.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or at least be a decent pace, yeah.
Yeah.
So cast it on me and you. Can I cast it on myself?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, you bet.
So I will use. Okay.
So use your free one and then one cast of it.
Oh yeah, that's a
Yeah.
smarter decision than what I was gonna do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could also just use the second level and
Which
done
would
with it,
work
yeah.
for 2, but
Yeah.
okay. I do that.
Okay.
Along the way, before we attack, do you guys think that if I just do Frogast's voice, it'll be enough to convince these guys? Like, if I, Frogast. My plan has changed for these people. Let them go here, and I have other...
I mean,
You can try.
we don't know if they're in on it. Clearly, that cleric knew what he was doing.
That cleric knew what he was doing, but I don't know how many of their employees are...
Yeah, it's a good point.
What cleric was doing what?
Oh, by the way...
Meanwhile, Pen was like,
Pen,
Frogast.
none
We
of that...
saw Frogast there, bro.
None of that was
Frogast
real.
is real.
The cleric was doing magic.
Yeah.
That was just an illusion. None of this is real. So, do you think that these people know? Or do you think that I can boom Frogast's voice over their head to let these people go without a fight?
Try it, see what happens.
Done.
If it
Okay.
doesn't work,
Yeah, I mean,
we
it doesn't
fight.
hurt to try, yeah.
All right. So what? That's a level 1 spell.
It's a cantrip.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say?
Halt.
Surprise.
Okay, first off,
Yeah.
was his voice unique enough that it's just recognizable as this is
it was
Frogast?
very booming and commanding. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't need to. This is Frogast.
Yes.
I am Frogast, the great and powerful.
I'm going to say that. I'm going to say my plan has changed for these prisoners. Release them now and carry on your way.
Okay. So you do that, and
In Frogast's voice.
in Frogast's voice. And what's the distance? How far away can you do
30 feet, I think. Yeah.
that? Okay. You guys are gonna have to give me a stealth check then to make sure they don't see you.
Yeah.
We're going to have to get right up behind this thing.
Nope. Sorry, guys.
Rolled a 1.
Oh no!
Which is
20.
Which is an
20?
11, but
7.
Okay.
I got 20.
So
I'm the one that really matters to get close.
so here's
that's true.
So what
Maybe you should
happens
just
is-
go close.
Can't decide that
Too
now.
late.
Just
Too
roll.
late.
late, noobs. So you hide, and they're just like standing on the road. Apparently,
You guys
You
have
do the
ruined my
voice.
plan.
You do the voice, and it stops these guys dead in their tracks. Like the carriage stops, right? And you can see them look at each other, and there's obvious confusion between them, right? To which one of them gets off gets off the seat, and he grabs some keys, and he starts to go up to the cage, and then he looks down the road, and he sees you two about 30 feet away. He's like, "Oi, what are you doing here?"
Start making out.
Start making.
chance.
Wait, what did you say?
Start making out. Not a million years would that come to Draven's mind.
So what does come to Draven's mind?
I think it's a good disguise.
Traveling.
We're making our way to Krymm.
You're what?
Making our way to Krymm.
I heard making out way to
No.
Krymm. Okay.
Nope,
You're
we're
making
there'll be
way
none
to
of that.
Krymm. To which he says,
We're
All
in
right.
Krymm.
No, I mean Brackham. Sorry, I said Krymm. I meant Brackham.
"Yeah, Brack." Okay,
Yeah,
yes.
sorry.
To which he looks at you and he says, "So you heard that too?"
I didn't hear anything.
To which he looks even more confused. And he goes and he starts to talk with his his companion, and you see that they debate back and forth. It gets a bit heated, and then finally, the guy gets off, and he unlocks the cage, and he lets everyone out, and then he looks at Janessa's body, drags it out and drops it on the side of the road, locks the cage back up, gets in, and they carry on their way.
I can't believe that worked.
Yeah, Drevin and I are just like meandering slowly on the path until they
Okay.
pass us and are gone enough, and then we'll circle back around. Good job.
Nicely
Okay.
done. Yeah.
So the prisoners come up to you, and there's one or two that were on the boat, and they look at you all and they're like, "What are you doing here?"
We freed you. You're on your own now. I suggest you get out.
All right, yeah. What do you know? What's going on with this place?
Only what we've been able to gather since being here. It seems this Frogast character has made an appearance. People are worshipping him. They're planning for war. They're going to be making an attack, and it sounds like soon.
But this Frogast character, is that cleric at the edge of the stage where you were, he was doing an illusion. Like what you saw, don't worry, you were right to make the choice to not follow it.
It's like, I knew it.
Yeah.
My gut told me so.
Yeah.
Right, we're gonna run. Dwarf, do you know the best way out of here?
I will try to give them my best advice
Okay.
to get the closest spot to a border which direction to go, sort of thing.
Okay. You'd probably direct them towards Stellanobis.
Yeah, beeline for Stellanobis.
To which they all agree to do that, and these 7 individuals take off into the tundra.
Can we bury Janessa?
Is Janessa dead?
Yeah.
She was brought to be what's the word?
The conversion hall.
She was brought there, converted.
I don't think
We're just
they
doing
care
it
if
for me.
she's alive or dead. Clearly, this Frogast
Can
fella
I
is interested in
Examine her
those that
body.
are no longer living.
Well, is
It's
Frogast
solid.
even real?
I don't know.
But like if we thought,
Are you gonna take the time to thaw the body?
yeah.
Yeah?
Are we?
I don't think
I
we
mean-
have
Using
time
what
for that.
method?
I was like, do you have prestidigitation?
Microwave.
Microwave. The spell microwave.
What's prestidigitation?
Oh, she's got produce flame.
We could that
You could take time to do it.
It emits no
I don't think
heat
we have
until
time to do that.
no.
And I think she's dead.
Yeah, we'll just. I'd like to. I don't know. Cover her with something.
Rocks.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably your best bet, is to find rocks and make a little rock grave
Yeah.
for her.
Yep.
Okay?
And then probably get out. I don't think we want to.
I wish we could find out more about this battle. Because I think we just need to run to Stellanobis with the rest of them, but I wish we had something to tell people when we got there.
I mean, we can tell them what we do know. There is an
Yeah.
attack coming.
We just don't know where or when.
What do you do? Where are you gonna
I
go?
think we need to leave. It's that, or we go back to Golden Hill to try to find more information, but I think that's risky.
It is risky, yes.
Although they don't really seem to care about us walking around town.
That's true.
Because they haven't noticed that we're frauds yet.
Yeah.
True.
Do you think there's more we could learn from Golden Hill? I'm not okay with going to Brackham. We are
No,
turning
I
back around on this road for
I
sure.
don't think we're going that far. I wouldn't mind trying, like, because we're not too far from Golden Hill. Are we?
No,
Yeah.
not too far at all.
Like, I wouldn't mind going back just to see if we can, I don't know, if we could, like, try to eavesdrop on the town guards, or, you know, go to a place they're hanging out, like a tavern or something, just to try to see if we can hear anything about when or where this
More details
battle
for the
might
attack.
be happening. Anything we can glean in that regard.
Yeah. Let's
'Kay.
try that.
Yeah.
All right.
I like the tavern idea. Let's go.
Okay. So you travel back to Golden Hill. Okay. All right. All right. Good. I'm just checking something here. Okay, good. All right. So you head back to Golden Hill, re-enter the city, and head to a tavern
Yes.
or the town guard or
If there's a tavern close to like barracks or
Okay,
something
yeah.
like that.
yeah. Okay. You'll find the military presence in the city is more than typical, right?
Yeah.
And you find a tavern, and you go in, and it's filled with individuals going about their thing, but there seems to be a lot of militant individuals in this tavern. You may all give me perception checks at advantage.
Ooh, nice. Oops. Oh, good. I had the advantage. Nice.
Advantage did not help me. Advantage helped me
11.
a lot. 11.
11? Right.
22.
19.
22, 19. Okay, so Mara, going through, essentially these two send you to go get the food while they go to listen.
'Kay.
And that takes up your time, and you're unable to really eavesdrop.
'Kay.
But as you two filter through and find a table, right, you hear a couple of the dwarves in full armor, full plate armor. They have weapons at their sides, not ice weapons, just well-built dwarven weapons. And they seem to have had a few drinks, and they're beginning to talk. What they talk about is that due to there's a risk that the other nations might find out what's going on because their operation in Metacloud has been thrown, and that the crime boss was overthrown and he's gone into hiding. And they say that there was essentially an order from Ander himself that to move up the timeline. In 3 weeks' time, there will be an attack. They mention how some of the borders of Andarsis have already had some invasions, as well as some of the borders of Najkat, but they've been done covertly and in ways where in a way where the larger country as a whole isn't aware of what's going on, right? It's just the border towns. You gain that a lot of those individuals at the conversion hall probably came from those towns, right? And they talk about how there will be support from Vortar in Andarsis, and Ander is heading a legion of the elite in Najkat.
Okay.
That's what you hear.
I come back with the food. Hey guys.
So what you hear?
What's up?
What are all these guys up to?
Time to go. Yes,
Yep.
we'll obviously relay what we heard to
Mhm.
Mara.
Yeah.
And then I think it's time for us to skip town
Yep.
and go to Stellanobis.
I would like to, yes.
I am all
Okay.
for going to Stellanobis.
Yeah.
All right. So that's where you
Yes,
guys head.
please.
Okay. So you eat your food discreetly.
Yeah.
Like, try not to draw attention to yourself.
Yeah.
And you begin to travel to Stellanobis.
Yes.
Okay. In your it's not a long travel to Stellanobis. But you find that because it is a bit of a frozen wasteland and there's a heavy military operation going on, if you look at your map, directly to the left is the border, right? Directly west.
Mm-hmm.
But you find very quickly that's not a good route to take because all roads are heavily guarded. And they're not really letting people that direction.
Yeah.
Okay? So what do you do?
Go south a ways, probably.
Should we go directly south towards the Starlit Citadel? Or is
Wait.
that too long of a trip?
Well,
Have
either
we-
way, we'll have to find a way to cross the river.
Are we
to
still
get to
in
capital
this
city.
town? Or
You-
we've kind of
So
started to
you
leave
kind
and
of
then
started to
realized?
leave and you realize the major road that would directly take you into Stellanobis is guarded and shut down.
Are there any of these prisoners things, cars that we could steal?
Oh, like one of those like the prisoner carriage.
Steal a
kind of thing?
carriage?
Yes.
I don't think we need to do that. That would be super conspicuous.
Well, if you're just taking some prisoners back to their lands, like they were told they could.
They were taking them to Vracum, the capital city.
Oh, yeah.
What do we know about the Starlit Citadel?
The Starlit Citadel is the bastion of Stellanobis that is it is the headquarters of a large group of paladins and knights that fight against the Deadlands. So they keep
Right.
the Deadlands undead in the land. What you would guess is there is a heavy military group there because apparently Stellanobis has declared war against the Lich King due to the heavy undead activity that has happened.
Right.
And they've received support from Najkat, maybe even from Drung, and that is why I believe you heard that there was a place that was attacked in Najkat,
Mm-hmm.
and there was not a heavy military operation to help them.
I think we try to head there.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, we'll try to head south then.
Okay?
Yeah.
Like all the way down to the Starlit Citadel?
yeah.
It's a long trip.
Oh, it's a
Yeah.
long trip to capital
Well,
city too.
Is the whole border just as reinforced?
The major roads are.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So getting to
I
the
think we'd
capital
be able
city,
to
we'd have
find-
to go quite a ways down, I imagine, to
And
cross
then-
and go back.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But I think it would be better to get to Starlit Citadel, and we'll find some place along that route to get
Yeah.
out of Krymm.
I mean,
Sounds
from
good to me.
Golden Hill to capital city or to Starlit Citadel looks like a similar distance to me.
Yeah.
True.
So
Okay?
Yeah. We're gonna try and move at like as fast a pace as possible without, dying.
Okay. All right. So you begin to travel through Krymm.
Yep.
And it is not the Krymm that it once was. Snow seems to constantly be dusting all the time. Did you take Layman's tiny hut?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Very good. So
good choice.
I learned that spell.
yes. So
Woohoo.
each night you cast this spell. So for those watching, Layman's Tiny Hut is a spell that Mara can cast, where she essentially creates a magical hut where they can enter into it and be warm and safe at night
For 8 hours.
for 8 hours straight.
Beautiful.
And so that essentially becomes your saving grace as you go. It takes quite a bit of time to travel through Krymm. The area is cold. There's not a lot of activity. Any individuals you meet all seem to be engaged in preparation for the war effort. Any small towns along the way, there's this solemn grimness that is about the land. And constantly over to in the east at Vracum, Mount Athactus seems to have a storm brewing around its top and snow falling.
Okay.
Do I know of any magic strong enough that could be causing this, like a spell?
There are spells to create storms, but what you would know is those spells are limited in their size.
Yeah.
and in their length of time that they can be cast. And this
Right.
seems to be going all
On
the
and
time.
on.
I
Huh.
think.
Mhm.
I mean, the image of Frogas obviously was an illusion, but there's some force here
Mm,
that is real.
Yeah.
true.
You can't make an illusion over the entire country.
Yeah.
Do you think it has anything to do with this hooded figure that we heard about coming through the crack?
Probably.
Maybe. I mean,
Why would he travel
timelines line up.
like the whole world to get, you know?
I don't
Like he
know.
had so many other countries he could have targeted easier.
Unless
Yeah.
the Lich has something to do with this, and maybe he's joined forces with
With the Lich.
Krymm.
I don't know.
It's troubling, and I don't know what to think.
Yeah.
Mm.
Are we running into like a lot of military patrols or?
There are patrols that you have to avoid,
Okay.
but they're the deeper you get into the country.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess you're not really going deeper. You're going down along the border,
Yeah.
right? Which there is a hefty amount of patrols being near the border,
Yeah.
right? Keeping your distance, though, you're able to avoid them for the most part, right?
Okay.
Now, as you reach that southern tip just before it kind of swoops in and goes down, you realize that you are going to have to cross the border and take the risk of military observation
Mm-hmm.
at some point.
Yeah. Have we found yet, like, kind of looking the whole way, is there any kind of less guarded segment, maybe off-road, that we could possibly get through?
Like sneak across the border.
Yes.
So the land here, as you're going, it starts to kind of go up, like upwards, as rolling hills and things from the mountains, right? There's foothills and things all over. And the land seems to go up as you go towards the border, and as you reach the crest of this, there is a large, steep downward slope, and at the bottom would be the end of Krymm.
Okay. And
So
does that seem, like, open enough?
It seems fairly open. There
Okay.
is military presence about.
Yeah.
You have to be careful.
Okay.
But yeah. How about you all give me a stealth check?
Yeah.
22.
Ooh, very good.
18.
11.
11. All right. So
Open.
as you
I'm sorry.
as you reach the top of this crest,
Yeah.
right? You can see that there's kind of not an abandoned camp, but a camp where there obviously were some dwarves keeping watch. They've left some of their equipment about. There's some shields and spears and axes and such. And as you reach the top of the crest, you hear a shout behind you as one of them spots you, Pen.
Dang it. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Run. 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 Run.
Are they on horseback?
Run.
They are not on horseback. However, they release what looks to be some winter wolves.
Okay.
They released the hounds.
Release the hounds.
So I don't think
Okay.
we can really run from those.
So you are on the crest of a large, steep hill.
Yeah.
Okay, they are a little bit down. They spot you. They release these wolves. Like, where do you think you're going? Right? And no one's supposed to leave, right?
Okay, so the wolves are coming up at us.
They're running up towards you. You're on the crest. It's a downhill all the way to the edge of the.
How steep?
It's fairly steep.
We've got the high ground. We can just pick these wolves off.
How many people are there? Just the one guy with the wolves?
There's 3 men and 3 wolves. 3 dwarves and 3 wolves.
Can take him. Can we take him? I think we can take him.
We have no choice.
Yeah.
We're not going to run away from.
No.
We can't run away from wolves.
I don't think we can run fast.
Yeah.
Fast enough.
Well, okay. I'll give you. Give me a survival check, Draven.
Okay.
Draven?
Yep.
Okay.
Natural 20.
Okay. An idea comes to your mind of something you used to see some of the teenage dwarfs do back in Raccoon. They would climb the slopes of Mount Athactus when it was winter, and they would use their father's shields.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we can go sledding down this
Wait,
hill.
are we next to the camp or is the camp at
you're
the
next
bottom?
to the camp, is what I said.
Oh, I thought the camp was at the bottom of the hill.
no.
Oh.
But it's your
do
choice.
It. That
You can
sounds
stand
so
and fight,
fun.
or you can run.
Do we have enough shields?
There's
Well,
shields at
there's
the camp.
shields.
Oh, that's
they
right,
left
that's right.
their stuff.
Yeah.
That's right.
Was there any ice weapons?
No.
No, just like
Just
boring.
normal weapons. Yep.
I don't need any more weapons.
I will grab 3 shields from the camp,
Okay.
and I will hand one to each
What's
of
this
these
for?
2. We're going down quickly.
At just at that, I'm like, okay. I hop
And
on
then
a shield.
Draven's gonna go full like shield surfing from like Breath of the Wild. Yeah. Just like toss it down and like jump and like.
Okay.
I'm
Alright.
just sitting on it. I'm like
You-
kneeling. Like
You
you say so.
you are being pursued by the wolves. The men are not. The little dwarf legs are not going to catch you running downhill. But you're being pursued by these wolves. Okay. You're going to have a chase, and you can make either an athletics or acrobatics check, whichever you would prefer.
Acrobatics, please.
Okay. You have to
Same.
make enough checks, and the wolves progress a certain amount depending on what I roll. Okay.
Oh.
All right.
So roll it now.
Give me the first roll.
Shoot.
13.
13.
Dang, I wanted to look so cool.
What'd you get?
6.
6
I got an 8.
and an 8. Okay. So you guys begin to go. You manage to start off down the hill. You two find that where you started, it was a bit rocky, and you trip off of your shields, face plant in the snow for a moment, and the wolves, which are about 100 feet away at this point, they get 40 feet closer.
Okay.
Okay, you can now make, and
Try-
you make it.
Try to get back
You
on.
make it down a bit down
A
the hill.
bit,
You
yeah.
can get back up. You can attempt again.
Okay.
Oh no!
It literally did this. And like flop, it was like a 19 for a second, and then it jumped back onto a 1. That was so cool.
What did you get, Cass?
17.
17.
14.
14. All right. So you begin to sled down the hill. You're further down the hill now. Draven, getting up, you trip. And you fall trying to get your sled. It's like, have you ever been sledding and you slip and you're like, oh, and you get back up and you slip again.
Stop trying to look cool.
Just sit on the shield.
I was a lot younger the last time I tried this.
He's shouting down the hill. The wolves are 20 feet away from you now.
Okay.
And you can all give me another roll.
This is my last chance.
I would like to actually
New die.
hold off and see if he actually starts moving or
What'd
if
you
he
get?
fails again.
Natural 20.
All right, so now you look amazing. Okay, I will try to continue then.
So you pause for a moment, and Draven looks behind him, sees the wolves, and is just like, like full adrenaline takes over, and he starts down the hill.
I rolled a dirty 20.
All right.
So as soon as
Okay.
I see that he's actually moving,
22.
I will continue
22.
on.
You reach the bottom of the hill. Okay? All right. You've made 2 success, and you've had 1. Give me another roll.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
That's a nat 1.
21.
21. All right.
4.
So you, as you're going down the hill, the wolves running behind you. Okay. You see Pen just biff it, just and slide a bit down the hill. The wolves are now 20 feet away from you as well.
Oh,
And
okay.
Draven's starting to fly past. You both need to give me another roll.
11.
11?
Yeah.
And 7. Okay, so you get to the bottom of the hill.
Okay.
You pass Draven,
Oh, yeah.
and that's when the wolves catch up to you. Okay? He is 30 feet up the hill, and I need you to roll initiative, Draven.
Right.
Well,
Can
we
I
should
yell
all
at
roll.
the
We've got
wolves?
crossbows.
You can all roll initiative.
Okay, I guess I'll have to wait.
Oh, I forgot I got such a big initiative bonus.
17.
21.
So Draven, you can go first. You have an option here. You go. So you got a 17,
No.
or no, an 8, 17. So it goes you, the wolves, and then Pen.
Okay.
So you have a choice. You can try and sled again, or you can stand your ground and fight.
I'm about 30 feet at the top of the hill.
You're 30 feet from the bottom.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I mean.
yeah.
Yeah. Can I like sit cross-legged on the shield and try to slide the rest of the way down while taking a quick hand crossbow shot behind me?
Give me an athletics or acrobatics check, and we'll see how well you do.
17.
17. Okay. You make it down, and because you rolled high enough, I'll let you take a shot as well.
Sweet. All right. Hand crossbow. What? What is happening?
I've never. Oh, there we go. I've never seen a dice do that.
It wasn't even
That
like
was
it wasn't even
insane.
touching this one.
It
It
was
was just
just
doing it. That was
Just
really
the
weird.
universe trying to decide what way do I let this go.
It would be a 14.
A 14.
Yeah.
Okay. So shooting at a wolf, armor class, you hit it.
Okay.
You hit it.
5 damage.
5 damage. All right. So you hit it. You bloody it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you hit
Cool.
one of the wolves, which howls out in pain, and you make it to the bottom of the hill. It is now your turn.
How far away am I from these wolves?
30 feet.
And how close is Pen to these wolves?
Pen has made it to the
Pen's
bottom.
with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Pen's
Yeah,
with me.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Oh, okay. I use. Wait, how much damage did bloodied it?
5.
Or
Are
so
the
5, yeah.
wolves close to each other?
Yeah, they're fairly close proximity. They're probably about within 20 feet of each other.
I
all
use
three of them.
ice knife.
Ooh. So that lets you hit anything
I forget
within
how this
5 feet of
works.
it. So you could hit 2 wolves if you want.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
So you do the normal roll to hit, I believe, and then the projectile explodes.
What number makes a hit?
It's
On a
your
hit.
spell attack roll.
Yeah, make
Oh,
a ranged spell
attack.
attack. So you
Save.
use your spell attack bonus, which is right there.
Oh,
which is
and
plus
what's
5.
this?
That is for when the projectile explodes. So remember, you make an attack roll to shoot it, and then that does its damage. But then after it hits, it explodes.
Yep.
And then can do extra damage when it explodes.
My brain's not working right now.
Sorry.
What dice do I roll?
So first you want to roll to
Roll your
hit.
d20.
D20?
Yeah, like a normal attack.
I'm not processing
and then
this.
add your attack bonus to that, which was 5.
So
Oh, that's a 7, not a 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so 12.
it misses.
Shoot, but it
But
still
it
explodes.
still
It'll still
explodes
explode.
and hits 2 of them, and they make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's the dex save?
13.
13. Okay, one of them fails, and no, they both fail. They
Nice.
both rolled
Sweet.
9.
So they each take 6 damage.
Wow.
All right, you kill one of them and bloody the other.
And how many are left now?
There's
2.
just 2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is it their
It's
turn?
their turn, isn't
It is.
It's their turn.
So they come running.
Did you have more?
No, sorry, but just an unrelated question. Because we've been journeying and traveling, whatever, like,
Yep.
my 1 spell slot will be back, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The layman's tiny hut, would that have been rejuvenated?
Yes.
As I
after your
slept.
8
So I will
hours.
have, like.
So you have it all.
Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful.
So the wolves ravenously come up to you, Draven. They're going to make attack. So first one gets a 15. That does not hit you.
Mm-mm.
And the second one gets a 16. That does hit you.
It does.
Okay. So it does. Where are all my dice? There we are. It does 8 piercing damage to you.
I'm going to use my new ability
Oh.
and take my reaction to half that
Okay.
with, what is it called? Dwarf thing. Rogue thing.
Uncanny
dog.
Okay, so
That's what it is.
essentially it jumps at your throat and you move out of the way and it catches your arm instead. Okay.
Nice.
Beautiful.
All right. It is now your turn, Pen.
All right, I'm gonna pull out my rapier.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go after the one that looks weak first.
Okay.
12.
Does not hit.
Okay, I get 2 attacks now.
Oh, extra
Yeah.
attack.
Yeah, for
Extra
level up.
attack.
So I'll go again. And 19.
That hits.
Cool. That is 5 damage.
5 damage.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I gotta roll something here. Okay. Good. Okay. So you do 5 damage to the one.
Yeah. I didn't
so
roll Georgie's initiative.
It dies. You kill it.
Yeah.
You stab into it. It yelps. It dies. It's at that point that let me just see here.
Did the little buddies join the combat?
Draven,
Oh yeah.
an
comment.
Yeah.
An arrow strikes you from above, doing how much are arrows? Is it 1d6?
Usually.
Yes. Doing 6 damage to you.
Oh.
Ugh.
And
I can't
Pen,
even uncanny dodge that.
another arrow lands at your feet.
Okay.
Okay. As you see there's 3 of them. As you see the dwarven individuals. Mara, what is your armor class?
Mara?
Scroll up. Yeah.
13.
13. Okay, they miss you as well. Okay, but you see the dwarves at the top of the ridge are taking aim with arrows at you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yikes.
All right. It is now your turn.
At the top of the ridge, so they're pretty far.
They're 100 feet away.
Yeah, I can't affect them with anything. I will try to take out the last wolf, because there's still one, right?
There is still one.
Yeah. So scimitar out. I will run over and try to take care of that one. Is it beside anybody?
It is. It is. Yeah, it's going to be beside Cassie.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and attack. That's a 19.
That hits.
Okay, and we'll get sneak with that. Which I think my sneak attack dice went up. So, oh no, it's just 3. Okay, 3 plus a normal d6.
Oh gosh. So
Yeah.
yeah, you eliminate it.
Obliterate
You
it.
just
14 plus
destroy the
4,
wolf.
so
So
18.
It's
yeah.
distracted by Pen, and you just jump on it.
Nice.
Get it? Okay. Now you still have movement, and you're near the borders of the land. The dwarves are up on the ridge, firing
Yeah.
at you with longbows,
I'll probably just yell, "Make a run for it!"
or I guess short bows. So
And maybe
Okay.
I'll grab one of those, the shield that I had, to
Yeah.
just like put it over my head as we're running.
okay, all right, perfect.
Will that give me an AC bonus?
Are you have proficiency with shields?
Good question. I don't actually know. Probably not as a
I do
rogue.
not.
How do you tell?
It'll tell you under your proficiencies.
Probably don't.
No.
No, probably not. I don't think
No.
any of you. You might actually cast.
No.
But no, you don't?
Nope.
Okay.
Really?
All right.
Hmm.
Well, then,
That feels like it should be.
your, yeah, it doesn't really help you that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want.
So you take off bonus action dash.
I don't want to leave these two in the dust.
Okay.
So I'll
you
just
take
wait
40
till they
damage.
start
Thanks.
catching up. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And what do you do?
I see him do that. I do that too, and I run.
Yeah.
Nice. Nice. And then,
Yeah.
Are they, all of the wolves are dead?
yes.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I'm going to use my charger feet so that when I dash, I add 10 feet to my movement speed. So then my speed's 40, so then my dash is 80.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm just
Oh,
gonna
So
if I
Pen is gonna
forget-
take
She's
off.
gonna take
I'm
off.
just gonna forget the shields, and I'm just going book it
Okay.
faster than you guys have ever seen me run before.
Okay. All right. Okay. As you approach the borders of the land, you can see that there's some markers that have been put up, like trimmings of trees and things that show this is where the edge of the land is, and you cross it.
I want to go a good ways past it.
Yep. Because the dwarves are gonna take some pot shots at you. They miss. At Draven, they miss again, and at Mara, ooh. Mara, you get hit. An arrow catches you doing
How far can they shoot?
320 feet.
Yeah, they're using longbows.
Yeah.
Short bow, actually.
Oh, is it short
My
bow?
short bow can only go 80.
80 slash
that's-
320 at disadvantage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they can roll a disadvantage.
Yeah.
And they get you doing 8 damage as an arrow catches you
Rude.
in the shoulder. Okay. Draven, your turn.
Dashing.
Dashing, just take off.
Yep, time to go.
Okay, dash, bonus action, dash.
Dash. Yeah.
Do 120
Just
feet.
do a quick 120.
Okay. All right.
Catch up to pen.
I use long strider.
All right. Okay,
Okay.
and then dash, so you go a full 80 feet there.
Yeah.
'Kay.
Oh wait, I hit the wrong one.
So you eventually.
Wait, you just haven't taken a rest since, like in D&D Beyond since.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
I
you're-
ended.
you're good.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
if
It's
you-
used.
Yeah.
So you eventually find some trees to get in, so where they can't see you anymore, and you get away from them,
Nice.
and you find yourself in the land of Stellanobis.
Is it snowy here?
It is not.
Okay.
It's snowy for the first little bit
Right.
into it,
The
like there's a
spillover.
transition,
Yeah.
but the snow disappears
Okay.
strangely.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you find yourself now just in Stellanobis.
Probably like.
yeah, breathing heavy. You got an arrow in your shoulder, Draven.
Well, I've never been to Stellanobis, but I'm already happy we're here.
We've been to Stellanobis.
Oh yeah,
You've
we
been
have.
through
Darn
it.
it.
I
You
would
went
like.
through
We
it
went through
once.
I would like to tend to your wound.
Oh, thank you.
So you can roll one of your hit die plus 2.
What's a hit die?
It's so when you level up, it tells you get hit die. So actually, go to your short
Yeah,
rest.
If you go to the short rest area, it'll tell you what your hit dice is.
Yeah, so you get one of
D8.
those.
A D8.
You get
Or is it
D8
a
plus
D6?
2.
Okay.
D8. The
That says, yeah.
octahedron.
Yeah.
Says a D8 plus 1. So do I get the plus 1 plus 2?
No, you
No.
get D8 plus
Just
2.
plus 2.
Yeah.
I don't know my shapes very
This
well.
one. A little diamond one.
This one has 8 sides.
Yes.
6.
Oh, so you get
Nice.
6 health back.
Nice.
Okay. So you tend to
Thanks.
her wound. Was that the serum you used?
That was Battle Medic.
Oh,
Medic,
battle
yeah.
medic. Awesome.
Sick.
Okay. So Penn uses some of her expertise thanks to Isaac.
Yeah.
Tending to him, and
Yeah.
she patches you up fairly good. And you can see in the distance there seems to be a little encampment with there's some white tents. They've got some gold filigree on them and everything. Recognizable, obviously, as a camp of some of the knights of Stellanobis.
Mm.
Let's get there
Yeah, we better get over there.
as soon as possible.
Okay.
How,
Okay.
where are we at? Are we close to Starlit Citadel, or are we not there yet?
So no, you're not there yet. If you go to your map, looking, you cross the border. There's kind of it comes down and then it turns east, and there's kind of that flat area. You would have crossed the border about there.
Okay.
Okay.
Here.
So we're not far away.
So we're just
Yeah.
a little bit past that border.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's head into the camp.
Okay. So upon approaching the camp, you see there are a few knights standing there. They have the very silvery, vibrant metal, polished almost to like a sheen of a standard knight of Stellanobis. And they're carrying their great shields and their swords, and the two who are standing guard at the camp look and they say, "Who goes there?" As you come closer.
Hi. We have news. There's an attack being planned from From Krymm. The dwarves are going to be attacking Najkat and Darcis in 3 weeks from the time that we left. So how long have we been traveling? Is it like 2 weeks now?
You've been traveling. Yeah, it would have probably been a good 2 weeks of travel.
2 weeks of traveling?
Oh, gosh.
2?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
1 week until this attack happens?
Yes. Well, you went south through the tundra
Yeah.
of Krymm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks.
1 week.
No, oh my gosh. We've got
No. Hold on. I'm looking at
Wait,
my sizes
wasn't
on- It would have
Wasn't
been
it 2 weeks
1
from
week.
like
from
Metaclop to the
Everplane
top of
to
Emeralia?
Everplane to
And that was
Probably.
deep brush.
yeah, that was that deep brush. Well, from
Yeah.
Everplane to the top, that's about the same distance.
And we've
And
been
you're also
moving
going through a tundra
as quick as we can.
and stealthily. We'll say it's been about 10 days because you've been moving rapidly.
So like a week and a half.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
That is
Yeah.
not the same distance.
Yeah,
To the-
you're quizzing me on my distances. We didn't
If you
include a
look at the-
legend. We need to come up with a legend.
But if
on
you
that.
look at
There is a
the
scale
map-
on the bottom of the map.
That
Is there?
much
Yeah.
Yeah.
through deep brush, if
is.
that only
So
took
one
us
bar
2
would
weeks.
be 2 days travel.
Oh, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
So 1, 2. Okay, so it's been 5 days.
5 days.
Okay.
There we
I
go.
like that. That's better.
That is better.
I
feel-
was
that
willing to
does
fight
feel
this
better.
one. I need more time.
Yeah.
I got a lot spinning in my head right now.
That's okay.
okay.
That's
It's
okay.
alright.
You're doing great. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So we're there. So yeah, attack in 2 weeks. Just over 2 weeks.
Tucci,
It's bad.
he looks at you. He's like, "You came from Krymm.
Yes.
Nobody comes from Krymm recently.
Well, we did.
Yeah.
You're and he looking. He's like, "You're wounded. You're."
It's not easy to come from Krymm these days.
To which he calls out for a medic actually immediately, and he calls you into the camp, and he brings you in, and you could see like there's a bustle of various people, and a medic comes over and they start tending to your wounds, and to which an individual coming in, he seems to be dressed in some sort of he's a leader of some sort. He comes up, he says, "I hear you have news from Krymm. I'll say that we're getting concerned along the borders here, as it seems like the dwarves have become, pardon the expression, very cold of late."
That's one way to put it.
I will not pardon that expression. Yeah, something's clearly going on. in
Yes,
Krymm.
well, nobody seems to travel through, and our spies say they seem to be growing in their military operations.
They are. They're planning an attack.
An attack.
Yes.
And where did you learn this?
From the military.
Yeah. We overheard while we were in Golden Hill.
Really?
And then we made it here as fast as we could.
You came from Golden Hill.
Yes.
We did.
That's quite the trek.
Yes.
Well,
It was not pleasant. It's
Yeah.
cold.
he says, "Well,
We have more information about things that could be happening in Krymm, and we're happy to share. We just want to make sure this information gets to the right people.
absolutely. Well, we could take it to the capital city, if you would like,
Please.
or,
How long will that take?
well, let's see.
They probably have horses.
Let's look at our bars here.
I feel like Stellanobis
Now that
would
I
have
know what I'm
horses.
doing here,
They've got to have quick ways to
4,
pass messages.
6. Yeah, they would have like message. What is it? Message. That's
The spell.
Yeah.
Or sending.
Sending.
Sending. Thank you. Sending.
I should have learned that one.
That's right.
To which they would have that. He's like, we could send the message to the capital. We could we can alert the king, and well, this comes at a terrible time. We're locked in a battle right now with the land of the dead down at the Starlit Citadel.
Okay. What's been going on with the land of the dead?
Well, we launched an assault to to press into the lands, but it seems that the lands which I don't know how much you know, but the land of the dead hasn't had a attack come from it in years. The occasional undead wanders across the border and we take care of it. That's why we have the patrols. But the land of the dead has been quite quiet for hundreds of years. But as soon as we launched our assault to take out the Lich due to all the attacks he's been doing throughout the land, there is a lot in that land that we were unaware of. We've been able to barely gain any ground. Maybe 300 or 400 feet into the country itself. But we're locked in a standstill at the moment. There seems to be legions of them there.
So there's been increased activity in the land of the dead recently as well then?
Not until the war started, but as soon as we launched an attack, they seemed to come from nowhere.
When did the war start?
I think they launched the attack, it was when you were in Metaclot.
Yeah. We had heard news that
So it's only been a
war
few
had been
weeks.
declared.
So it didn't also line up with the Flash?
No.
No.
Okay.
No, this was a result of them thinking that this is the...
Yes.
Mhm.
We don't know that it is their fault.
Okay.
You said you have more information to share? What other information?
Well, it would seem that all of Krymm has fallen under the influence of some cult. People are being forced to join and follow some being that goes by the name of Frogast. Have you heard that name?
No, I have not.
All we know about Frogast is that apparently he carries some power, seeks people's devotion, says that he will bring, what was he saying, he can bring them to
A new world.
a new world, yeah. And we know there's two brothers that are high ranking in the dwarven leadership that have been taking on these attacks. In fact, they're the two that will be leading this upcoming attack.
Really?
Vortar and
Ander.
Ironhand.
Yeah.
And what does King Darkhammer have to say about this? Do you
They
know?
misplaced him.
From what we hear, he's no longer in power.
Really? The Deep King?
Mm-hmm.
Well, his family has
surprised
ruled
me
for
too.
many, many years.
Yeah.
Well, we,
Something quite dramatic has happened at the capital, I fear.
no news of the capital then.
We dared not go that far.
That's unfortunate, but I understand. I will relay this information directly to the king myself.
Can you also include that I'm not convinced Frogast is even real.
And what makes you say that?
It's all magic. It's an illusion that they use to try to convert these prisoners. He might be real and they're just using the magic to spread his message, but I think that he's a cover for what's...
For something else that's going on. Interesting.
Perhaps a tool for these Iron Hand brothers.
Exactly.
And do you know anything about these Iron Hand brothers at all?
Do you,
Honestly,
Draven?
not really.
Draven knows a little bit, but like it's not enough to like tell anybody about.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Vortar is leading the attack to Andarsis, and Andor is going with the elite to Najkat.
Okay. All right. We will warn our allies in Najkat and in Andarsis. I'll do that right now. Please excuse me, he says.
Of course.
And he leaves to go find a spellcaster. Okay? So they offer to allow you to rest at the camp during the night. And after, I don't know, an hour or so, this man comes back. He says, How would the three of you feel about heading to Capital City?
If we could be of help there.
We'll go where
Sure.
we're needed. If that is your suggestion, then I don't see why we couldn't do that.
All right. Well, I would have to say that the king seemed to know of you three.
Oh,
Yes.
Yes, he does. We lost his horses.
Nope.
No,
No, different
that was
king.
Not that
Jonathan.
guy?
Different king.
that was the
Oh.
king of
Yes.
Andarsis. We're
Yeah.
looking at the king of Stellanobis.
Perhaps King Jonathan has talked us up.
Well, what I
No.
will say is,
What?
Everclane. That's where we.
yeah,
got
you
the
were in
horses.
Everclane.
Which
Yeah.
is
King
Andarsis.
Jonathan Melton.
Yeah, the fashionable guy.
I thought it was in Stellanobis when I was like, we want to go into the
No.
inn to
no,
see the king.
No.
No.
Have we been to Capital City then?
No.
We've not been to Capital City.
No.
Oh,
one
I'm
time-
all for going to
Yeah.
Capital City then.
Yeah. No, we've not been there.
Okay.
We were kind
In
of
fact,
outside of
yeah,
it. We could
you
see
might
it.
be very
at one
interested
point.
in going
I'm
to Capital
very
City.
interested in going.
Yes.
I don't say that. Mara doesn't say that.
Yeah.
You might be fumbling with a little piece of paper in your bag.
Okay, wait. Where have we been in Stellanobis then?
We haven't until now.
We
Here.
we were on
passed
the edge.
through
Yeah.
on your adventure up to Lockwood.
Yeah.
That's all you've done.
Did we?
At the
Where's-
very
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
beginning.
We were
your
like-
second episode.
We got into the river over here.
Yeah.
And
So
that's
we-
when I
And
stopped
that's when you stopped and got some coinage from Stellanobis.
Yeah, yeah. You got like a treat so you could get changed.
so I could get changed.
Yeah, so we were like around here somewhere, and then we hopped in the river this way, and then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, okay.
So-
This changes everything.
Yeah.
My
so
bad. I remembered wrong.
What he says, he's like, so it seems the king knew of all of you. Word has traveled of the Dark Rune Detectives.
Yep.
That's
That's
us.
Yes, he said that there isn't going to be a group of investigators who have foiled the undead to the degree that you have that he isn't aware of. So, looks like you've got a decent day ahead of you. we can provide transportation.
Okay.
Is
Well, that's
this
very good.
before or after we slept?
This is before.
We've
Okay,
not slept.
okay,
But
okay.
they've healed us though, yeah.
They've tended to you, but
Okay, not enough to bring back.
no, not yet. No. So he says, yes, the king would like to see you personally. He'd like to hear everything right from your mouth instead of 25-word messages.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We'll let you rest here for the night, gather your strength, and you can set out first thing in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
It's very good of you. Thank you for being so prompt in acting on these things.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're not called the protector state for nothing.
Clearly not.
And with that, he leaves you to rest. You may all benefit from a long rest. Is there anything you want to discuss or do?
I want to do things.
Okay.
First of all, many sessions ago,
Uh-huh.
you mentioned that I found a book that mentioned a unique familiar family name
Yes.
that I've heard my mother mention. What was the name? I actually never asked.
Didn't we... I only told you what the crest
You told me
was.
the crest, and I'm also thinking of that.
Yes. The name is Van Manurus.
Van Manurus.
V-A-N
Uh-huh.
M-A-N-U-R-A-S.
Okay.
I should state that the king of Stellanobis is King Colin Van Manurus.
The king is?
Mm-hmm.
Do I know that yet? Or is this...
Would you give me a history check? Let's see if your character's ever learned that.
Wait, I feel like if I know that, I would have just left Draven. And I didn't know that.
No, what'd you get?
5.
Oh, yeah, no.
That is left for Mara to discover still.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so not knowing that, first of all, I look. Does anyone like wear a crest around this camp?
On this camp?
Yeah.
There are various crests, but none with the wolf's head.
None that I am looking for. So I ask someone, I'm like, is there anyone by the family name Van Manuris here?
Okay. So literally one of the guards is like, you mean the royal family?
The royal family.
Yeah. Van Manuris, King Van Manuris.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just heard the name connected to Stellanobis.
You're not from around here.
No.
So, Amralia is my guess.
You got it.
All right. Well, things are a bit different in capital city. Be careful of culture shock, but says. But yes, that is the royal family. Why do you ask?
I just heard the name. I just knew that someone in Stellanobis had that name. Heard that they were cool. Obviously, I guess it's because they were the king. So.
He's like, He's like, I mean, it's
They were cool.
It's a rather large name.
Yeah.
It's king isn't the only family with that name, but.
Gotcha. Okay. Right.
Okay. As Mara walks into the tent like this.
Pretty much. You okay, Mara? I'm okay. I'm good. I need to sleep.
I understand. This is our second time being summoned by the king of the land. All this popularity, it's a lot to deal with. I get it.
Yeah. A criminal now is
Trav,
gracing
you always
king's
get
courts.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You can benefit from a long rest,
Yep.
and what it is they provide horses and an escort for you. So 2 knights accompany the 3 of you.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. The horses will cut that travel time significantly. Probably by half at least. Let's say it takes you about 2.5 days to get to
Ooh,
capital
nice.
city. Okay, traveling through, and so what are we at now? How many days? 5, 2.5. So it's been 7.5 days.
Just still a couple weeks.
Yep. You arrive as you begin to. So you travel through Stellanobis, and you find that Stellanobis, the hills that roll from Krymm, eventually turn into plains and fields of grain, and it's got a very golden look, right? Stellanobis has lots of farmland, and you see that every settlement seems to be very well established, right? They all seem to have some sort of little wall around them. You begin to notice that even the maids in the field, like gathering wheat, tend to have a sword at their hilt. Like they're all very they're very I don't want to say militant, but you can tell that they're all very patriotic. They all are very well trained, and everyone seems to be very well taken care of in this place. And as you approach capital city, it's not as large as Metaclod, but it is sizable, right? It's comparable in size. As you pass around Lake Stellan, and you see there's many fishermen, there's lots of boats, there's lots of trade going on, children running around having a good time. It's almost as if all of the craziness that's been going on in the world hasn't reached this country yet, and things seem to be normal, right? Capital City sits near Lake Stellan, and it has large rock walls all over it. Stonework that seems to even have a bit of dwarven design in it. It seems to have been, perhaps they outsourced to some architects, and it seems extremely well built. And as you enter the city, it's full of life, and there's markets, and there's individuals going around and selling their wares. There's plenty of knights, and it seems to be a bit behind when it comes to technology, right? They seem to be more in the medieval age still. There's none of those garbage trucks. It's very, very, very few contraptions at all. And then you arrive at Capital City's castle, which is this massive traditional castle with a blue roof and silver filigree all over, stained glass windows, and you enter into the excessively large building.
Any crests?
Any crests?
Yeah.
Yes. There is a crest of the wolf on this castle.
Okay.
And you can tell that within the walls of the castle there is the royal family, but there are other families living there too. Like there are smaller, like within the walls of the castle there are smaller family houses, right? Like they're still quite large. They're full on acreages and everything, right? But they're not the royal family, but you can guess there's obviously some sort of relation, and they're living within the walls as well. You're brought in through the main hall and into a throne room. And unlike the throne room in Everclane, which was vaulted ceilings and massive stained glass and tapestries with the king himself on it, this throne room, although very refined, like there's a lot of gold and silver, it's smaller. The ceiling is not nearly as vaulted, and it's not nearly as extravagant. Okay? And on a relatively decent-sized throne, nothing too extravagant about it, which at the top it has a wolf's head on it, sits a man in probably his early 40s. And he addresses all of you and says, "So you must be the Dark Rune Detectives."
Yes,
sir.
Your
Yes.
Majesty.
Yes. Well, it's all right. As he sees like you try to bow, he's like, "It's all right. We don't need that here." I have excitedly awaited your arrival. I heard your message that you gave to my men down towards the borders of Krymm, and I found it greatly concerning. Is there any more detail you can give me?
What did they
Probably.
tell you in the message?
They told me that Krymm is planning an attack, that they are attacking Najkat, they are attacking Andarsis. My guess is it's only a matter of time before they attack my people. And that there's been a change in leadership.
Yes.
That makes me nervous. I haven't heard from my friend Tindar Darkhammer in quite some time. And now you tell me he has been supplanted.
It would seem so. And then we'll probably launch into the spiel.
The spiel.
Tell them about the cult, about Frogast and Andar and Vortar, and the timeline of the attack.
And the conversion
The conversion stuff
camp
we've seen.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
with the illusion.
Yeah.
Everything we know. It seems
He kind of
trustworthy.
sits like
We're not
this,
holding back.
listening the whole time.
Talk about the winter taking hold of the land and the constant storm over Mount Athactus and
Okay.
all the stuff. Everything we know.
To which he says, "That is rather strange, rather interesting. I've heard of blizzards happening in Najkat, and obviously these are related. And you tell me that this Ander fellow is attacking them.
Yeah.
Sounds like he's already begun."
They've launched small attacks on border cities, and
And I'm afraid that we also have a Lich King to deal with. What can you tell me about the undead? I've heard rumors of what you have been up to.
there have been undead attacks. We have found nothing to confirm that it actually has something to do with their land.
With
Yeah.
with which land?
The Deadlands.
The Deadlands.
I would like to take a moment to talk about the bodies in the boxes and the bodies being shipped to the Dwarven Kingdom. And
Yes.
Yeah, he may have heard about our.
Yeah.
And that those
Exploits
are
and-
coming from mechanical magic, not from.
Mechanical magic.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And you tell me that the bodies had dwarven wounds, like from dwarven weapons,
Correct, yeah. The ice.
The ice weapons we've been seeing.
in these boxes of... What would the dwarves have to do with undead? They've helped us fight against the land of the dead for years.
Aye.
Yeah,
Clearly they are involved in something. You know, we saw 2 dwarves trying to do business with this crooked man.
I believe Vortar is a necromancer.
A necromancer.
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Forbidden magic.
Mm-hmm.
And since the appearance of this Frogast entity, he has been greatly empowered.
Mm-hmm.
His whole plan, it seems, is manipulation. Manipulate the story. Blame. Like, it could be blaming the Deadlands.
Mm-hmm.
So you're telling me that my attack on the Deadlands may be for naught?
Might be.
Might be.
Well, that's...
I mean, I can't guarantee
that's
that.
not
but
good news, is what he says.
Yeah. I mean, have you, in your attacks on the Deadlands, have you noticed the undead trying to advance back? Or are they simply holding their ground?
They seem to be pushing us out of the land as much as they can, but no, there have not been any attacks into our land.
perhaps a retreat there might be best.
A return to the old ways of holding that position.
Well, that would mean I'd have to call out all of my troops, and that would create many questions with my men. I wonder what that would do to morale.
Yes, things for you to consider. Obviously, we will not tell you how to govern your own people and lands, but...
Is this something you're
There-
trying to convince him to do?
No, I
No?
don't, I don't think so.
Just discussion.
Just
Okay.
suggestions, yeah.
Just, if that is your concern, just the fact that there is a greater threat.
Indeed.
Gives an
Clearly the
excuse.
world's not right,
Indeed.
and there's something great and powerful and terrible at play.
I shall send our allies from Najkat back to their homeland. We will hold the line in the Deadlands, but I'm going to have an increased presence there, just in case there is some sort of retaliation.
Of course.
All right. Well, this is interesting. You all seem very good at infiltration. You've already infiltrated the mechanical magic. You've already infiltrated Krymm. I'm very surprised.
So am I.
Surprised we're still alive.
No thanks to Pen.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not very good at hiding.
Well, I have a job for the 3 of you. It would come with high honors. You'd have funding from me, and recommendations to your wonderful investigative. I can't think of the word right now.
Agency.
Your agency.
Yeah.
Thank you. But
Bless you.
I need more information. I need to know what is going on. I need to know what happened to Tindar Darkhammer. I also need to know what's going on in Najkat. I'll give you the choice. You could either go to the land of Krymm. You've been there once, and you can try and figure out what's going on, or you could travel to Najkat and see if you can find out more about this Ander character.
Okay.
Sorry, the choice was go to Krymm or
Mhm.
Najkat.
Mhm.
Do you mind if we take some time to think about it, Your Majesty?
Yeah.
You have 3 days.
That's more than enough.
Yeah.
Okay. I will make preparations at once. And with that, he dismisses you.
So throughout this whole conversation, Mara is a little bit distracted, like
Well, why? Why would
hopping
Mara be
in,
distracted?
but she is just staring at this man and looking for any familial similarities to herself.
He does not seem to have any to you.
He doesn't look. I don't share any features with him.
Nope.
Huh.
Not your father.
Well, it's not my father.
You are not the father.
He's too young to be my dad.
Okay. Because you're 25-ish?
27, I think is
27,
what I
that's right.
decided.
That is what we said. Okay. Now, okay. What do you guys do in your time in Capital City?
I want to go to the library.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. We need an episode where we literally rent out a room at a library and
Me in a library.
just like actually film in a real library.
Love my library.
Show our support for local libraries.
Yeah. So-
because you all love your libraries.
Yeah. I mean, I do like a good library. In all honesty.
Yeah, same here.
How obvious is my distraction and staring?
Give me a performance check. Let's see how good you hide it.
Oh,
Oh,
very
quite
well.
good.
Oh, okay. So no.
Performance, that's probably like one of your best.
Let's see. Only plus
Oh,
3,
+3,
but
okay.
22.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, you're fine.
So I am
You're
able
fine.
to hide the fact that I'm so distracted.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm also looking around at everyone else in the room.
Okay.
Do I see any familial similarities to any of them?
Give me a perception check.
Ooh. I like that answer. I don't like that roll.
What did you get?
Not one.
So no, you do not see any.
I'm so overwhelmed and like trying to figure out, am I related to the king? And then I'm like trying to also look at everyone else, but I just keep thinking of the king's face, and I just can't focus.
You can't see
enough.
past the beard. No.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. He dismisses you from his court.
Okay. And your first thing is you want to go to a library?
Of course,
That's Mara's.
Of course I do.
Wait,
Okay.
why do you want to go to a library, Mara? What do we have to look up right now?
Do you remember when I met you?
Yes.
It was in a library.
It's kind of library.
Wait, we've met?
Who are you again?
When I met you and I heard that you were a detective, and I asked if you could help me find my dad.
Yes, I vaguely remember that.
I think this is where I'm gonna find my dad.
Really? Here?
I think so.
Why?
I'm never helping you guys when we're at the library.
I have noticed you haven't been pulling your weight at the library recently.
But I found history books that have shown a crest that match a family name that my mom always says, and the family name was, I'm forgetting.
Van Manuel.
Van Manuris.
The
Van
king?
Manuris.
The king can't be your father. He's too young.
Well, I don't think it's the king that's my
Oh,
father, but I think
well.
I'm gonna find him here.
Oh.
That's why I want to check the history books. When did this king come into place? I'm not just gonna walk in there and be like, I think you're my brother. But
Yeah, that probably not a wise idea.
I want to check
so-
the history books. I know it's not super important, but if you guys, I will do whatever you do. You guys debate and decide where we're going, and I will spend my time.
Mara, we've got 3 days. If it's important to you, it's important to us.
me.
We can make time for that.
Okay.
To the library.
To the library. Oh man. Okay. I had no idea I'd be DMing so many libraries. So
I told you I made my character.
Okay.
I love the books.
Yep.
So unlike many of the other places, Capital City doesn't have a library, but it has a records hall.
Okay.
Okay.
Good enough.
Okay.
Even better, actually.
Yeah. It's in an old, very traditional building, right? Almost think of like a Gothic cathedral, right? And they take you down
Nice.
into some of the areas underneath, and it's all candlelight and everything.
Yeah.
And
down.
they start rolling out scrolls and parchments and old tomes of things, and you ask for it. They look for it to bring.
Nice.
Yeah.
I ask
I'll help this
for.
time.
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm looking for is, when did this king take power?
Mm-hmm.
Is there any record kept of royal travels?
Mhm.
Mm.
And if there is there any record of a male member of the royal family traveling to Emeralia 28 years ago?
Okay.
Okay. All right.
28 years ago.
Okay. All right. So what happens is they say, well, there's extensive records on the royal family, yes, and they bring out the huge pedigree chart and all of these records, and you can all make me an investigation check.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
good at those.
No. Freaking heck.
18.
Rolled a 2,
21.
which is 10, but
Okay. Okay.
Your bonuses are insane.
Yeah, they are. I looked over and I
for
was like,
certain
what?
things, yes. Investigation and stealth are my top 2.
Expertise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
So, all right, you begin searching. It's hard for you to fail any of these rolls with that high of a bonus.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
when he rolls twos, it
You
kinda
begin
works.
searching, and Draven happens to find the book, to which you two wrestle it from him very quickly and begin to pore over it.
I found it first.
In it, you find pedigrees and lines and charts of all. The family Van Manuris is quite large, right? And it turns out that the majority of them live in Capital City. There are many cousins and other people of other names, right? But you find...
Does it indicate how many of them are like royal enough to have magic?
So
Like at what line we can stop
essentially
looking?
anyone in this line
Okay.
has
That does not
access to
help me.
magic. Like all of them.
Okay.
Yeah, they are all of noble status. You do find a record though. Okay. What it is you find you find a record of an individual who traveled to Emeralia 30 years ago, looking for a legend of some sort of castle, mythical castle. Okay? You tell Mara about this, and Mara, upon going through it, you find the name of Kendrick, a name that you heard your mother only ever mention once.
In this context of talking about my dad.
Mm-hmm.
You really weren't hiding from royal duties. You were looking for them.
I don't know. So how do I share what I don't know?
So,
All right.
so
Anyway, I found this dude.
according to the records, he'd be 52 years old at this point.
That could be my dad.
Mm-hmm.
And is he alive?
He's alive.
Okay.
And
Where
he
does he fall in
lives-
this like family chain?
He falls. He is a second cousin to the king.
Okay. Cool.
Like, yeah, directly second cousin. So.
Where does he live?
Yeah. Is there like
in the royal castle.
address records?
In the castle.
Here we go looking for him.
Oh my gosh.
This is what I've been looking for. Like, this has been the whole reason I've been traveling with you. But I feel like we are so caught up
We
in
have time, Mara.
an important thing.
We have time for this.
Do we have time?
Of course we do.
Okay, I want to go find him.
Okay. And we'll have to find out what happens next week. All right.
Darn
Here
it.
we go.
Okay.
Double session?
Okay.
We'd have to.
Okay. There we are.
Oh, okay. That was great. That was great.
Wowza.
I didn't think so much of that would come out so fast.
Yeah, I didn't think that's what was going to be happening. This
Holy
session.
cow! Yeah,
I
that
was
was.
like, do I share this?
Yeah.
Hey, you made it. You made it 10 episodes. I've played with plenty of people who their secrets come out in like episode 2. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yep.
My secrets came out pretty quick.
Yeah, in any games we've ever played.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you everyone for
Thank you.
joining us in the Parted Veil. Once again, if you're enjoying what we do, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, comment. Comments do a world of good.
Yep.
And just we want to hear from all of you, and we want to grow this and share our story with the world. And with that, we have some closing announcements.
Yeah, just again, the minis didn't come out this session, but they are printed using Banana for Scale 3D printing services. And you can use our code MindPlayed20 to get 20% off your first order until the end of 2025.
Yep. And a big thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you guys do want to check out the Patreon, we do have one running. Details are in the description. It allows you guys to join our Discord channel so you can chat with us individually and with the community. And so if you think what we're doing is worthy of a bit of extra support, please have a look. And thank you.
And the music that you heard throughout this episode is by Carl Casey at White Bat Audio. We absolutely love it. He does great work. You can hear him on YouTube or purchase his music on Bandcamp.
All right. And join us next week to find out what happens to Penelope Waters, Draven Rockfist, and Mara Van Manuris.
Ooh, we have a last name.
Goodbye, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye-bye.